Hola clase, bienvenidos a la lección de miércoles, el 19 de mayo. This is the lesson for Wednesday, the 19th of May. So if you were gone that day, or you just need extra help, or you had to leave early or come late, this is the video for you. Vámonos, let's go. I'm trying something new today, so I'm going to try to write on my board instead of typing. So we'll see what happens. Tocatimbre número uno is you have to answer the following questions in full sentences and in Spanish. So get out a piece of paper, pause your video now, and let's get to work. Hopefully you paused the video and you answered these questions in full sentences and in Spanish. All of these questions are in the to form. So what form do you need to answer them in? The yo form. Got it right. So we've talked about this before, but in the yo form, you can write yo, but you don't need it. So here we've got yo, 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 and yo. The first question is, ¿En qué clase tienes la más tarea? What class do you have the most homework? The most popular answer I've gotten so far is la clase de inglés, language arts. So we need to change tienes to the yo form because it's in the to form right now. And how to do that is you say tengo. Tengo la más tarea en inglés. I have the most homework in language arts. Pregunta número 2. ¿Qué bebes todas las mañanas? What do you drink every morning? In mi caso, in my case, I'm going to say café. Shocker. I need to change bebes to the yo form, so I'm going to say bebo. Yo bebo el café todas las mañanas. Perfecto. Número 3. ¿Cuál comida cocinas mucho? It's not which food do you eat the most, but what food do you cook a lot? I need to change cocinas to the yo form, and even though it's a AR verb and not an ER verb, the yo form is the same, cocino. And I cook a lot of chicken, so I'm going to write yo cocino pollo mucho. I cook chicken a lot. Y la última, ¿en qué clase nunca lees? Nunca means never, and it comes at the beginning of the sentence, just like in English. I never read, so I have to say nunca, yo nunca. I have to change lees to the yo form, and that is leo. And I'm going to choose arte. I don't think you read a lot in art. So, nunca leo en arte. And there you go. Tocatimbre uno. Done. We are starting a new unit this week, and it is el unidad de en el restaurante. Not de en el restaurante. La unidad en el restaurante. So, we have a new vocab list, and you can find this list on OneNote. So you go to OneNote, sign into OneNote, open class notebook, content library, and el vocabulario. There's a new section called en el restaurante. There's a lot of terms. We're not going to go over all of them today, but we will go over a section. If you don't do OneNote, there's also a Google document that you can use. So go to this week's folder. It's the magenta one at the top. You're going to do lista de vocabulario en el restaurante. And it looks like this. So the part of the list that we're going to do today is los cubiertos, so the utensils. Those are the only ones we're going to do today. And then we'll do other ones later. So we're just going to pronounce them. I'll tell you what they mean. So follow along with your list. Write them down as I say them, and then we will move on. So we're going to start with el vaso. So everyone repeat after me. El vaso. El vaso significa a glass, like a glass of water. La próxima, repite, la copa. La copa is a cup. La copa, cup. Repite, por favor, la cuchara. We got ourselves a spoon. La cuchara. La cucharita. La cucharita. It's a teaspoon. If any word has an ito or an ita at the end, that means it's the thing that it is. So in this case, a cuchara, a spoon, but tiny. So a little spoon. Cucharita. El cuchillo. That is not a crab. It's a knife. Cuchillo. Double L's make the Y sound. Double L make the Y sound. Or a J sound or a SH sound. Cuchillo. Cuchillo. Next one. El tenedor. El tenedor is a fork. El tenedor. Próxima. El plato. El plato. A plate. El plato. Plate. La próxima, repite por favor, la taza. Taza is a mug. La taza, mug. La próxima palabra es el tazón. El tazón is a bowl. El tazón. La próxima palabra, repite por favor, la servilleta. I know it looks like cheese, but it's a napkin. Double L's make a Y sound again. Servilleta. Repite por favor, mantel. Mantel is a tablecloth. Now, I don't remember if I taught table instead of just tablecloth. So if I didn't, you can write this down as well. Mesa means table. So we got mesa, and what's on top of a mesa is a mantel. Y la última, the last one we're going to do today, delantal. A delantal is an apron. So hopefully you have all those filled out and practicing. You've practiced conjugating, not conjugating them, you've practiced pronouncing them, and we will fill out the rest at a different time. So we have a new form of verb to conjugate. We are conjugating our IR verbs. Woo whoop. So there is notes to this as well. The notes are in OneNote. Instead of El Vocabulario section, you're going to go to the Los Verbos section. It looks like this. Los verbos IR, IR verbs. Again, if OneNote is not your favorite place, there is a Google Docs version. It's called Apuntes, Los verbos IR, IR verbs. Click on the title, and it will take you there. There it is. Okay, so when conjugating IR verbs, we have 2 steps. The first step is take away the IR. Take away the IR. Excelente. Step number 2, add a new ending based on who is doing the action or based on the pronoun. Sometimes we don't have a pronoun, we have names of people or things. So we need to kind of figure out which pronoun form we would use. So, does this look familiar? It should. It should look very similar to the 2, not very similar, it should look exactly the same to the 2 steps of conjugating AR verbs and ER verbs. The only exception is the endings. So, if it's in the yo form, I am doing the action, it's for me, and our new ending is O. That should look familiar. That's the same for AR, ER, and IR verbs. Take away the ending, add an O. If it's in the to form, you are doing the action, and our ending is S. I might have gotten you there. You might have thought it was something different, but the ending for the to form for IR verbs is S. If it's in the L form, he's doing the action. If it's in the ella form, she's doing the action. And if it's in the usted form, you formally are doing the action, or if it's a singular noun. Those are all the same forms, and our new ending is A. So far we have O-S-A. Sound familiar? If it's in the nosotros form, we are doing the action, and our new ending is, got you again, imos. Remember, the I in Spanish makes an E sound, so it's imos. If it's in the vosotros form, y'all are doing the action, and our new ending is is. There's an accent over the I, so it's is. And if it's ellos, ellas form, they are doing the action, or ustedes form, you all are doing the action, as well as plural nouns. We all use the same ending, and it's N. Imos isen. This should look very similar to ER verbs because we use the same endings except for the nosotros form and the vosotros form. All the rest of them, it's the exact same as ER verbs. So let's talk about some of the verbs we have. We have asistir, which means to attend. Compartir, to share. Vivir, to live. Escribir, to write. Recibir, to receive. And abrir, to open. So all of these use the same pattern. You take away the IR, add a new ending. Asisto, I attend. Compartes, you share. Vive, he or she lives. Escribimos, we write. Recibís, y'all receive. And abren, they open. So now it is your time to practice. I want you to pause the video for a second. Take 2 minutes and try to conjugate these verbs to finish out the sentence. Did you pause it? I hope you did, because I'm going over the answers now. All right, our first sentence is the nosotros form. So I already know what my ending's going to be. It's going to be imos. Take away the IR, add an imos. Asistimos. We attend SMS. Some of us do, not all of us. Número dos. The person doing the action is mi mejor amiga. That is my best friend. How many people are in this? One. I have one best friend. And I know it's a girl best friend because it ends with amiga. So if I were to replace mi mejor amiga with a pronoun, I'm going to replace it with ella. So my ending is going to be e. Take away the IR, add my new ending, comparte. Mi mejor amiga comparte su comida conmigo. My best friend shares her food with me. Aw, qué simpática. How nice. Número tres. Mis abuelos. Mis abuelos means my grandparents. Now there's two of them, so it's plural. So we're not looking at this side. We're not looking at the OS side. We're looking at the imos isen side. And I'm talking about them. I'm not talking to my grandparents, and I'm not part of my grandparents. So I'm talking about them. And it's a mixed guys and gals thing, so I'm going to use the ellos form. So I know my ending is en. Take away the IR, add my new ending. Mis abuelos viven en Guatemala. My grandparents live in Guatemala. I wish. Número cuatro. We know it's going to be in the to form. Let's look at our grid. Our ending is es. It's escribir. Take away the IR. Add our new ending. Escribes. ¿Tú escribes mucho en la clase de español? Do you write a lot in Spanish class? Más o menos. Oh, just the right amount. And the last one, I know it's in the yo form, so I know my ending is going to be O. Take away the IR, add an O, recibo. Yo recibo regalos para mi cumpleaños. I receive gifts for my birthday. Muy bien. Hopefully you were able to get all that down. Okay, so this would be the time that we're going to take a Zoom break or a video break in this case. So get off the computer, take a walk, get a drink of water, pet your dog, and be back in like 10-ish minutes. Zoom break. Toca timbre número dos. You should be back from your Zoom meeting. You have to conjugate the verbs. So we just practiced this. Pause your video now and continue with the practice. All right. Hopefully we paused the video and we practiced all of this. This time I'm just going to write the answers. I'm not going to explain myself. If you need an explanation for how to conjugate these verbs, back up the video for like 30 seconds and then you'll get there. So, the first one is comparten. Los estudiantes comparten la comida con sus amigos. The students share food with their friends. Número dos, el mesero recibe una propina buena. The waiter receives a good tip. Nosotros vivimos, porque nosotros vivimos en el estado de Washington. We live in Washington State. Número 4. Profe Ama, Señor Tutle y yo escribimos el examen. Profe Ama, Señor Tutle y yo write the test. Fabian Fabian y tú. There's two answers for this one. You can say asistís or oh, let's conjugate it let's spell it correctly. Asisten, porque es vosotros or ustedes. Fabian y tú asisten la fiesta en el restaurante. Fabian and you attend the party at the restaurant. And the last one, yo abro la puerta a las 7:50 de la mañana. I open the door at 7:50 in the morning. Muy bien. All right. Now is the time to take a picture of your two tocatimbres and upload them onto Schoology. It is completion points, so if you do it and turn it in, you will get the points. Pause the video now and turn those in. We don't have to do the video on this one. And this is what we've all been waiting for, El Diálogo del Restaurante. This is our major in-class activity. You guys were going to be in groups of 2 or 3, and you're going to create a short script about being in a restaurant. You're only going to get about 15 to 20 minutes to write the script. So if it's rushed, that's okay. The only requirement is you have to use the words on the next slide. So it has to be about you have to be in a restaurant, that's your setting, and you have to use all the words in the next slide. Please use your notes and partners to create the script. And after the 15 minutes is up, 15-20 minutes, you will perform your script today. Because you have such short amount of time, your script should be short and clear. It does not have to be complicated. Easy sentences, short sentences. It should take you no more than 45 seconds to a minute to perform your script. And you and your group will turn in your script by the end of class. If you are gone and you're doing it solo, just write the script as if there were 2 people in your groups, and then you will turn that script in to me. All right, and here are the 7 words that you have to have in your sentence or in your dialogue. The verb comer, to eat, la cuchara, spoon, los fines de la semana, the weekend, las fresas, strawberries, debemos, we should, compartir, to share, and me encanta, I love. So take 15 minutes, conjugate these verbs, write your dialogue, and when you are done, turn your script in to me. And the last thing that I want to show you is Tarea esta semana, this week's homework. You have 2 things of homework this week, but I feel like they're fairly easy. I want you to use the slideshow linked in the Schoology page, and it's also linked in this slideshow as well. You're going to finish the rest of your vocab list together. So we've done the utensils section. You should have this section filled out already. I want you to do all the rest of them yourself. So use the slideshow and Google Translate if you need to, and complete the rest of your list. All right. The last thing that I want you to do, and you have a week to get it done, it's due miércoles el 25 de mayo, is complete this IR verb worksheet. It's 10 questions. The first 5 is vocab, so you have to choose the correct vocab list to fit the sentence. Part 2 is you're conjugating the verbs to finish the sentence. And part 3 is you have to write your own sentence using the verb and the subject given. And that's it. That's our lesson for miércoles, el 19 de mayo. Please message me if you have any questions or you just need some clarification. And hasta pronto. I'll see you soon. Adios.